Hello and welcome to Mini Maths at Virtual School Victoria, where we do a lot of maths in a little bit of time. Today we'll think about multiplication tables or times tables. Have you ever thought about where they come from and what they mean? It's more than just numbers. Let's look at the equal groups that are the basis of multiplication in maths. How many groups can you see? 1, 2, 3. This part here is groups. Okay, there are definitely 3 groups. How many ducks are there in each group? There are 2 ducks here, 2 ducks here, and 2 ducks there. So this is the maths for 3 groups, 2 ducks, and the answer is 2, 4, 6. Similarly, we have 3 groups here. How many items are there in each group? There are 3 groups and each item has 6, or each group has 6 items. And we can count them one by one to get the answer, or we can start with 6, add another 6 to make it 12, and add another 6 to make it 18. So knowing your tables makes it a lot easier for you to solve and calculate problems that where we use groups of or the same repeated addition. Here is an example of repeated addition. We have 3 very cute dogs, and each dog has 4 legs. So we're actually adding 4 3 times. And this is what it looks like here. But it is exactly the same as 3 groups of 4, or 4 legs on 3 dogs added together. Another example, a good example of grouping is our hands. Each hand has 5 fingers, and we can count on 5, 10, 15, 20. And another example of counting on is skip counting. 2, 4, 6, 10. So what we've done, we've started with a group of 2, added another group of 2, added another group, and another group, and another group. And we count on to solve a multiplication problem. We're just adding 2 more all the time. Let's see if you can do this one on your own. Yes, there are 4 groups here, and each group has 5 things in it. And we can go 5, 10, 15, 20. And it works even with more difficult numbers. How many groups do we have? Yes, there are 4 groups. Each group has 7 things in it. And we can go 7, and add 7 will give us 14, and add 7 will give us 21, and add another 7 will give you 28. So there's an example of counting by 7s or adding 7 the whole time. Now, the most interesting thing I find about multiplication tables is rows and columns. Here are our columns, and here are our rows. And these objects here are arranged in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns and 4 rows. So each column has 4 things in it, or each row has 5 things in it. The reason we call them tables is when they are organised in a grid like this, they look like a tabletop. And of course, everything is evenly arranged in rows and columns with none left over. I think you're pretty familiar with that one now, so see if you can do this one all by yourself. There are 4 columns, and each column has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that will give you 24. Now, if we look at the rows, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, and each row has 4 things in them. And of course, that will equal 24. And the final idea of a table, it's organised in a group that is in rows and columns, and it looks like a tabletop, and that's why we call them multiplication tables. Another way of learning your tables is looking at the patterns. You can see the 5050 pattern there, and there is a pattern even in the threes. 3, 6, 9, 2, 5, 8, 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, and I bet you the next number it will be 39, and so on. The pattern will repeat. The number after that will be 42. The number after that will be 45. So they repeat. And of course, you've got the tens pattern where the 0 repeats in the columns. Tables have lots of interesting patterns. Make sure you look for them. Why are tables important? It saves you a lot of time when you're doing maths, such as fractions, division, or solving problems. If you know your tables straight off, you save a lot of brain energy to solve more important maths problems. You've got a bit of space in your brain to think about important number ideas, and they are important number facts that we use every day. Think about what you can do to learn and remember multiplication tables. One of my tricks for remembering 7/8, which I think is the most difficult table, is 7, 8, 5, 6. 2 consecutive numbers, and if anyone asks me 7, 8, straight away I think 5, 6, and I've made a connection. You can use all of these strategies to learn your tables. Have a quick look. I won't read each one, but they are all good strategies. In the olden days, a long, long time ago, students used to sing their tables every morning. You've probably heard 1, 1 is 1, 1, 2 is 2, 1, 3 is 3, and we repeated them and repeated them until we knew them by heart. But there are a lot of other great ways looking for patterns, looking for games, playing flashcard games. Try everything. Tables are really important. These are usually very easy to learn, and I think most people watching this would find these very easy, and these are pretty good to learn because you will see the repeating patterns in them, and these tables are the hardest for people to learn and remember, but I don't think it's going to be too impossible for you. Now, your challenge is to choose a challenging table, learn it this week, and ask your supervisor or your teacher to help you learn your most challenging table. Thank you so much for listening this far. Good luck with your table.